Why silence speaks louder. Women in deep love introduction, the quiet. Power of a woman's heart. There is a truth about love that we often overlook. Sometimes, the most powerful expression is not spoken in words but carried in silence. A woman in deep love does not always need grand gestures, endless conversations, or declarations. Her love can be seen in the pauses, in the unspoken moments, in the way her silence wraps itself around the person she cares for. But silence is a paradox. It can mean comfort or distance, intimacy or uncertainty, safety or vulnerability. For women especially, silence in love is not emptiness, is layered with meaning, born from a lifetime of emotions, expectations, and quiet resilience. In this exploration, we will dive into why silence speaks louder when a woman is deeply in love. We will uncover the psychology behind her silence, the cultural and emotional roots that shape it, and the practical lessons men and women alike can take home to strengthen relationships by the end. You will not only understand why silence can hold more weight than words, but you will also learn how to listen to it, respond to it, honor it in your own relationships. Part 1. The nature of silence in love. Silence is often misunderstood. In a noisy world, silence feels unnatural, even uncomfortable. We live in an age of constant communication, texts, calls, social media updates, and when silence falls, it can trigger anxiety. Why isn't she saying anything? Did I do something wrong? Has her love faded? But for women, silence in love is rarely about absence. It is about depth. A woman in deep love may choose silence because she feels safe. She no longer needs to prove or perform. When she is next to someone she truly trusts, words are no longer a necessity, they become an option. This silence is not a wall. It is a home. Silence also allows love to breathe. In the quiet moments, cooking together without speaking, sitting on the porch at dusk, lying side by side without needing conversation, love proves itself not through words but through presence. For men who often equate silence with disconnection, this can be confusing. But when a woman is deeply in love, silence is often her way of saying, I am here. I am with you. I don't need anything else. Part 2. The psychology of women's silence. Psychologists suggest that silence in relationships carries multiple layers of meaning. For women, these meanings are shaped by both biology and culture. Emotional processing. Women are naturally deep processors of emotion. When she loves deeply, she does not rush to speak every thought. Silence allows her to feel and sort through emotions internally, ensuring that when she does speak, her words are honest and meaningful. Emotional safety. A woman's silence can also indicate trust. She does not need to fill every space with words because she feels secure. Her silence is an act of intimacy, knowing she can be fully herself even in quiet. Protective silence. Sometimes silence is her shield. In moments of conflict, she may choose not to respond immediately because she knows words spoken in anger can wound. Her silence here is not withdrawal, but restraint's a way of protecting the love she values. Cultural conditioning. Women are often taught to be careful with their emotions, to not say too much. Silence becomes second nature. But when love is genuine, silence transforms from suppression into expression. Understanding these psychological roots helps partners see silence not as emptiness, but as communication in its most subtle, powerful form. Part 3. When silence hurts versus when silence heals. Not all silence is the same. Some silence is healing, some is destructive. The difference lies in intention and context. Healing silence. When a woman sits in comfortable quiet beside her partner, her silence is love made visible. It shows acceptance, trust, and peace. Hurting silence. When silence becomes avoidance. When she withdraws because she feels unseen or unheard. That silence can slowly erode intimacy. The challenge is knowing the difference. Healing silence feels warm, calm, and grounding. Hurting. Silence feels heavy, cold, and filled with distance. For men especially, learning to read silence is essential. Does her silence feel safe, or does it feel like a closed door? The answer determines whether it is time to sit quietly with her, or time to gently invite her to share what she is holding inside. Asterisk. Part 4. Real-life examples of silence in Love the Comfort of Quiet Evenings. Sarah and Mark had been married for 15 years. At first, Mark used to worry when Sarah didn't talk much in the evenings. He would ask, "Is something wrong?" But over time, he realized that her silence wasn't about distance. After long days, Sarah felt most connected when they simply shared space reading, sipping tea, or watching the sunset together. Silence became their most intimate ritual. Silence as a love language for Emily. Silence was her way of showing presence. She didn't always say "I love you" with words. Instead, she'd sit beside her partner, gently touch his hand, and let her quiet. Presence do the speaking. He later said, "Her silence told me more than 1,000 conversations ever could." These stories remind us that silence is not about what is missing, it is about what is already there. Asterisk Part 5. How men can understand and respond for men. Silence can feel unsettling because they are often socialized to value action and words. But learning to honor a woman's silence can deepen love in profound ways. Here are practical ways. Men can embrace silence in love. Stop trying to fill the silence. Instead of rushing to talk, sit with her in the quiet. Presence matters more than words. Pay attention to nonverbal cues. A gentle touch, a soft smile, or a relaxed body language often says more than words ever could. Ask, don't assume. If her silence feels heavy, gently ask, "Do you want to talk? Or would you prefer quiet right now?" This shows care without pressure. Respect her rhythm. Understand that women process emotions differently. Give her space to feel before expecting. Explanations create moments of intentional silence. Take walks without phones, share meals in peace, or simply sit together. Let silence be part of the love story. Part 6. Solutions to apply at home. Silence is not just something to accept, it is something you can nurture in your own relationship. Here are solutions you can practice at home. Create safe, quiet spaces. Dedicate time each day to simply being together in silence. This could be during morning coffee, evening walks, or winding down before bed. Balance silence with openness. While silence is beautiful, make sure it does not replace important communication. Check in regularly to ensure both partners feel seen and heard. Practice mindful listening. When she does speak, listen with full presence. Silence becomes most powerful when paired with true listening. Use silence as healing. In conflict, pause before responding. Let silence calm emotions before words are exchanged. Celebrate the unspoken. Acknowledge the beauty of quiet moments. Say, "I love how we can just sit together in silence." This turns quiet into affirmation. These practices transform silence from something confusing into something grounding, a shared language of love. Asterisk Part 7. The deeper meaning why silence speaks louder ultimately. Silence speaks louder in love because it carries something words cannot: presence, depth, and truth. Words can be rehearsed, words can be doubted. But silence, when rooted in love's unshakable. It is the sacred space where trust lives. It is the canvas on which love paints its truest colors. A woman in deep love is not silent because she has nothing to say. She is silent because she has already said everything through her being. Her silence is not empty, is full. Conclusion. The call of quiet love. You have ever wondered why the woman you love falls silent in your presence? Do not rush to interpret it as distance. Instead, lean into it, listen to it, feel it. Her silence is not a void. Is her heart speaking in a language deeper than words? In a world obsessed with noise, Love's greatest gift may be the ability to sit in silence and still feel completely understood. So tonight, when the house grows quiet, resist the urge to fill it. Instead, take her hand, sit beside her, and let silence do its sacred work. You may just discover that in those quiet moments lies the truest expression of love you will ever know. A gentle invitation if this message touched something in you. If it reminded you of the beauty hidden in silence and the quiet strength of love, I invite you to stay connected with us here at Awaken Mindset. This channel is created for those who want to explore not just the surface of relationships, but the depth of the human heart. Together, we dive into psychology, love, and the unspoken truths that shape our lives. Subscribe to Awaken Mindset. Share this with someone you care about, and explore our playlists for more soulful insights that can change the way you see love, silence, and connection. Because sometimes the answers you seek are not shouted. They are whispered or even held in silence, waiting for you to truly listen.